Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. Back again. It's been a while. I've been away for the weekend and had a good time and a shit time in the one day. But we'll get on to that later. I'm going to do a series by working title called Fracture. So it's 4 different beers. First one is Rawaka HAZY IPA, and they're all at 6.5%. So they're all hazies at 6.5. Just different hops. We've got Maui Nelson. We've got Kauai Nelson. And then we've got Kauai Motueka. So what they are, it's the hop keef where you've got just the different hops, but then it's got the powder of the fruit dried. I think Maui is pineapple and Kauai is passion fruit from what I remember. And these are about probably 10 weeks old now, so I wanted to drink them pretty much early this week. They only I had them fresh on tap during Melbourne's Good Beer Week, I think it was, and they were unreal, but I never got around to getting the cans fresh. And then I did an order with Working Title just recently, and they still had some, so I was like, I'd still get them at 10 weeks. I think Working Title's beers hold up fairly well, so we'll see how they go anyway. Might just not pop as much as when you get them fresh, but I'm sure they'll still drink decent. So yeah, I thought I'll start with just the straight Rawaka one. And yeah, we'll just pour sort of a little bit in each, the same glass, but a little bit of each. I've got my proper glassware from Working Title. This was from their 3rd birthday. And I've also got the hat on. Fanboy. So yeah, we'll pour a little bit of the Rawaka first. And yeah, I've just knocked off afternoon shift, and yeah, it was, I don't know, I'm still sort of in a bit of a shit mood from the weekend, so I'm keen for a beer anyway. Dirty Glassware Mafia. So I might go a half glass of each, I reckon. Then I might do a cuvee. Try and get rid of that shit on the side of the glass. Okay, so in the glass, it's like I'd say like a dark straw or like a light orange. About a 1 finger head. It's probably medium body. Carbonation's very active. Yeah, it looks all right. Apart from the dirty glass. We'll go in for a whiff, shall we? Smells pretty good. So I'm getting a touch of orange. It's like sweet orange, like candied orange. Maybe some lemon as well. I reckon I'm getting some stone fruit. Maybe some peach, apricot. It's got a little grassy edge to it. But yeah, predominantly citrus, this one, I reckon. Cheers, buddy. Good to see you, mate. Just knocked off work and going to do 4 beers in one review. Yeah, quite sweet. Maybe a touch of dankness. Yeah, Doggo's behind me, and then there's another one next to me. They're both very rowdy. I was away for the weekend, so It sort of messes them up a little bit. Yeah, there's almost like a guava or a lychee or something like that, some sort of weird tropical. It's always hard to put your, I don't know, put your finger on some of those tropical fruits, what it is exactly. But yeah, smells very sweet. I'm going in anyway. So cheers. That hits the spot after a tough night at work. Oh, yep. They've been there, done that. Yeah, so you're getting like a fair bit of orange. I haven't had a single hop Rawaka for a while. I like the can artwork too. It's pretty cool with them. They're all just the same, but like different colours. So yeah, that candied orange, lemon, bit of zest there. Um, yeah, like I get grass in it, and yeah, a little bit of dankness. Maybe there's like a touch of pine there, but hmm, bit of stone fruit. It's got a very soft mouthfeel. Just slides down to very easy drinking. See, I've had half the glass already. I might put a little bit more in. Yeah, it's like that soft, pillowy body. And yeah, you can definitely tell like New Zealand hops. They've just got that distinct like character. Cheers, Craig, brother. Good to see you. Hope all went well on the weekend. It was good for me, but just a bad finish to the night. I'll get into it another time or maybe towards the end of this stream. But yeah, that's probably why I've been absent the last day or two. I've been in a shit mood. The festival was good though, however. This is sliding down quite easily. I've picked a good 4 beers to crack tonight. But yeah, out of the 4, this was probably the one that was least gonna like excite me, just because Rawaka is one of those hops. Quite often, I get a real stone fruity vibe, and it's just out of New Zealand hops. It's one of my least favourites. So, and I'm really enjoying it. So that's a good thing. I think probably most of us do after all the beers we drink. Yeah. Yeah. I haven't even tuned into anyone's streams or anything. I mean, yesterday I caught up with a lot of sleep. Yeah, I'll sort that out for you, dude. I keep forgetting about it. Um, it's just, yeah, you got to do it in YouTube. And when you're live on a panel, it's sort of the last thing you're doing. Like you're just looking at shit on stream you. You got to sort of go back and do it. I just keep forgetting about it. Pardon me. But yeah, it's a good night for a beer. It's pretty quiet out there. It's not as cold tonight too, which is good because it's been pretty grim the weather lately. But at least it was a bit sunny today, and it was quite nice walking to work. I've just got home to a bit of a cold house. Yeah, there's plenty of cool people in this community, bro. Plenty of cool cats. Plenty of different characters. It's good. Good place to be. Yeah. See, the cold doesn't really worry me. I mean, it does when it gets to that real, like the other night when I was sitting there and it was -2 and I couldn't have the heating going. Like that's fucking ridiculous. But when it's just a little bit cold and it's wet and that, I don't really care. Like I'll still go out and do stuff I want to do. You get a lot of people get real sulky in the rain. It's like just fucking do what you need to do. It's just water. It's not gonna hurt you. But summer, I love summer. Like I just hate trying to sleep in it if you don't have air conditioning. That's when it's shit. As far as like being out in it and working in it, or like I love it. I mean, sometimes it's pretty intense. Like if you're out, yeah, out walking in the heat, or like I used to play a lot of cricket when I'd be out opening the bowl and in the heat, and it's like 45 degrees. Yeah, that's a different story. 45 degrees Celsius is like, I don't know, probably about 110 Fahrenheit or some shit. God. You guys would be cooking out in the out in the garden getting a tan. It's the sort of thing though, like yeah, it can be real unbearable and that, but it brings on like good vibes, like the whole barbecues and beers and just being able to like wear less clothing and I don't know, it's a good time. Like it'll start getting cold again and you'll miss it, even though it's like feels shit. Yeah. And the good thing is you're on the coast, so you probably get that nice sea breeze. You can always sort of pop down to the beach if need be. Yeah, I'm going to go this second beer, guys. This is probably like I've had them all before. I had all four of them on tap and really enjoyed all four of them. But I just can't remember like if there was a particular one I liked more or less or whatever. I just enjoyed all four of them when I had them. So yeah, this is the Maui Nelson. So being the Maui, it's dry pineapple, I think. So it's sort of similar to the Phantasm with the dried grape skin. They must like dry the fruit or the fruit skin and then put that in the brew. And it's called hop keef. And they must it must be a specialty thing they add to like. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how much pineapple character I get. It smells good as soon as I open the can, which is pretty awesome considering it's 10 weeks old. So yeah, probably a little more orange in colour this one. One finger head as well, and medium body, lively carbonation. Yeah, it looks very similar, just like a little darker in colour. Let's go a whiff, shall we? And cheers to Bulk for joining in. Good to see you, mate. I'm doing all right, better than my football team. There's rumours today that Track's unhappy. I hope it's just bullshit speculation crap. He's probably one of our best players. If he's not happy at the club, we're fucked. It doesn't help because my camera makes them look sort of like washed out and like milky like. But no, it's actually sort of like a dull orange. I'm going a whiff anyway. Yeah, I'm definitely getting pineapple. I'm getting passion fruit as well. I'm getting that white wine character. A little bit of that gooseberry. Yeah, gooseberry, white grape. There's some dankness on this one as well. Grassy. I find quite often with some New Zealand hops, you sort of get that grassy character, but you don't get that like sharp pine. Hmm. Might be a touch of orange on this one as well, but not as like dominant as that last one. That last one had like really strong, like sweet orange. This one's more about the tropical fruit and like the white grape. Smells really, really good. Mmm. I'm going in. Cheers. I should put it to that side for the label. I like this glass. Another favourite. One of my mates actually went to Brisbane recently, and I told him to go to Working Title because they're one of my favourite breweries. And he said the venue was unreal, but he said it was a bit underwhelming with the beers. I'm like, what's going on there? I don't know why he thought that. Might have just been a bad time when they, I don't know, didn't have anything sort of exciting on, or maybe the couple that he tried were, yeah, well, had a bit of age on them. I'm not sure, but he's normally got very similar tastes to me, so that's what sort of surprised me when he said it. I do, though, however, prefer their West Coast to their hazies, but I think their hazies are good quality as well. So, but yeah, they do a lot of other styles. They do like, pardon me, they do like stouts, sours, and then they mix it up. They'll do like red and black IPAs. They mix up the percentage as well. Their pine beer they do over Christmas is absolutely phenomenal. It's like the most pine forward beer you could get. It even like shows them when they brew it, like pouring it down the branch of the tree. So yeah, definitely more tropical fruit on this one. So if I was sort of going to compare this one and the first one I had, I'd probably have this just in front, but they're very similar. Um, and I think at the end of the day, yeah, it just comes down to the hop. I just prefer Nelson hop over Rawaka. I did like that candied like orange in that Rawaka, but you always just get that stone fruity touch, and I just prefer, like, I like citrus, but I prefer tropical fruit over like stone fruit. Just personal preference, really. And yeah, like Nelson, I like how you get that white grape character. I don't mind a bit of white wine. So Nelson hits the spot because it reminds me of white wine, like a Sauv Blanc or something like that. Yeah, it's got some legs, as they say. Cheers, Bob. Like your mate Stewie, always promoting. I thought I better. That's why I've gone on, like I've gone live tonight because I haven't actually done a stream since last Thursday. So I thought I better get my act together. I don't want to start affecting my algorithm. So I feel like, even though I'm only a new channel, like relatively new, started around New Year's Eve, like I feel like my actual progress has been going pretty good. So yeah, you don't want to sort of, I don't know, put a halt to it when you're going all right. I read somewhere today that oh, cheers, buddy. Thanks for popping in, mate. We'll see you next time. Cheers, brother. Yeah, I when I popped up on YouTube tonight, one of the American guys had some top 20 beer tubers, and it must have been by statistics. And yeah, it's just like some of them that are in there, it's like, oh, 100,000 views. It's like, it's not all about the views. Some of them are like just pumping out supermarket trash, putting on stupid facial expressions and or like, yeah, just particular things. It's like I'd much rather watch, I don't know, like some of the smaller guys that are actually like legit and genuine. Here's Stuart. Oh my god, my dogs driving me nuts. How are you, brother? Good to see you. Yeah, absolute trash. And now one of our star players is rumoured to be unhappy. And he was like heart and soul. Like when we won the flag, he was just like real emotional and saying how he was so happy to do it for the fans and all that. And it's like, there's been a few posts about it tonight on social media. Yeah, I don't know what to think of it. I hate when media speculate and like it'll come out like in a week's time that it was all a load of shit. And then sometimes it's like legit and you never know what to believe. Mm. Yeah, big pineapple boy, this one. So I feel that hop keef definitely does the job. Um, yeah, it must be dried, like a dried sort of pineapple skin powder or something that's added to the. I don't know if it's added to the hop or like an extra thing you add to the brew. I'm not like it'd be good to know a bit more about it. There's so many brewing techniques out there that are sort of new and innovative, and yeah, some of them I sort of don't know much about. It's where it'd be good to get back into brewing again. I've got to score them on a collective, mate. I've got 4 different ones. But yeah, you're probably on the money there. I reckon they'd be around that mark. There's just there might be just subtle sort of differences. I might like one more than the other. So I'll go the next one, number 3. So number 3 is the same hop, Nelson, but Coia Nelson. And Coia is the passion fruit hop, Keith. So let's see the difference between that and the pineapple one. Cheers, Paul. Good to see you, brother. Just doing a hazy IPA series using the hop Keef technique. So all these fucking brewing techniques out there, we've got to check them out. Yeah. I had a bit of shit go down on the weekend that I'm very pissed off about, and I will elaborate on it, but it's not the end of the world, but it's pretty shit. Oh, yep. Hope you're okay. So this is the third one. Probably similar colour to the last, like that dull orange, like a dark straw or a light orange. One finger head, medium body, lively carbonation. Got that sort of soft and pillowy look again. And yeah, that's the can artwork. They're all the same, but just different colours. That reminds me of like Queensland up in the north. It reminds me of their sort of colours. Or even Melbourne Storm rugby team. So yeah, let's go a whiff. Yeah, you're definitely getting passion fruit. See, in the last one, I got sort of pineapple and passion fruit, whereas this one's passion fruit. I'm getting peach in this one. And yeah, the white wine's coming in, the gooseberry, white grape. It's got that diesel vibe to it, this one. The old New Zealand diesel. Start up the truck, boys. It's funny with like, especially Nelson. You get it with some New Zealand hops, but Nelson just has that diesel vibe every now and then. The thing is, though, is I like it. It's good. Some dankness. Yeah, it's like it smells heaps different to the last one. I sort of expected them to be very similar. I felt like the last one was sort of popping a bit more. Cheers, Josh. Good to see you, brother. Just doing a couple of cheeky beers after work, mate. But yeah, that passion fruit smells really nice. Anyway, I'm going in. Let's see how it compares to the Maui Nelson. Maui Nelson, Koea Nelson. I'll tell you what, I reckon This beer hasn't quite aged as well as the first two. It just doesn't. It's almost like the malt character's sort of still there, but the hops have died off. It's probably why I wasn't getting as much. It wasn't popping as much on the nose. And it's nothing wrong with that because it's 10 weeks old. So some beers are just gonna, last a bit longer than others. Still tastes all right, but it's just it doesn't have as much on it. Yeah, dude, I'm saving that for us. Just the standard version of King Sue. Me and you will do it, and if there's others out there that want to join, it'd be good. Maybe this weekend, brother. I definitely wasn't going to drink it without you when you said you had it. It'd be a good review, especially too because we did pseudo Sue together, so it'd be pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have much in the fridge. I should have a lot more, but yeah, I've still got like plenty of other stuff to sort of get me through the week. And then I was sort of hoping we could do King Sue on the weekend. It won't be one of those ones where we fuck around and it lingers on for ages. We'll get it done. So yeah, as I said, I'm definitely getting that diesely vibe with this one. It comes across a little more malty. I just feel like it just hasn't. It's sort of at it's already gone over the peak sort of thing. It's starting to fade, and you definitely got that passion fruit on the nose from the hop keef. It's there on the flavour, but just not as nice as that Maui. So I feel like, if you were to score this, you'd have to be sort of sympathetic just because of the bit of age on it. Whereabouts is he from in New Zealand? Cheers, Jack Bean. Good to see you, brother. Hope all's well. They've all got very little bitterness on them too, which is, I mean, for this style of beer, it's sort of expected. You get a touch of that like dankness, and I actually felt like this one had probably the most of it out of this and the first two. But yeah, just that like the fruit flavor and the sort of punchiness with the hop character. This one's just faded a bit compared to the first two, and I feel like the malt's sort of taken over a bit. It's just when you drink enough beer, you just know when a beer's sort of like past its day sort of thing. Even though they'll have like a 6 month or a 9 month expiry, it's like you can tell they're not drinking like they would have fresh. Was that the one we talked about? Were they the ones that were like the side project of another brewery? Or was that someone else? So I remember something about some brewery we discussed, and I said that I could get them. It might have been someone else. Might have been Tired Hands as like subsidiary, whatever it is. I just can't remember the name. I know that you've been doing a bit of that little willow. Did you do a review with Dan recently? I haven't been on YouTube much the last few days, so I've got to catch up with some shit. Oh, cool. Oh, that's awesome. So yeah, it's nearly midnight here, boys. I got home from work about probably an hour and a half ago. I was like, I've had some shit go down on the weekend that pissed me off, and then I've had a pretty ordinary night at work. I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna do these 4 beers all in one stream. Just fucking go for it. Probably end up going live. Don't have to go back to work till 2 tomorrow. Plenty of time for drinks. Oh yes. Cool. That would have been unreal. Oh yeah. Yeah, I thought it had little in the name. Little log cabin. Yeah. Tired hands. Because we were talking about them. You can get Troon in the UK. Jesus. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I haven't been on a hangout or anything for fucking ages. Like my last review would have been like Thursday night. It's Monday now, so yeah. I mean it's only a couple of days, but when you're used to doing it sort of every day. So yeah, I better go the fourth beer, boys. So yeah, that Coia Nelson, I just felt like the age has got to that one a bit. Wasn't quite as nice as the other two. So at the moment, it would still be the Maui Nelson, would be the one that I'd have sort of first. So yeah, the last one is Koia Motueka. So yeah, to be Motueka with the passion fruit hop keef. So yeah, this one might be a little bit lighter, maybe similar. Like it's got that sort of dark straw, light orange colour, 2 finger head. It's like I'd say cloudy in appearance, medium body. Carbonation on this one's probably not as intense as the others, but it's got like that big foamy head to it. Let's go a whiffy. So yeah, similar to the last one, getting that passion fruit, getting lemon and lime, big time. I love that like zingy lime that you get. What was it again? Motueka. Yeah. Motueka always get huge lime. It's good character. So yeah, it sort of gives it that like tartness, like zingy zestiness. Might be a bit of pine on this one as well, which is good. You're getting some tropical fruit like I'm getting like pineapple as well as the passion fruit. But yeah, it's like got some sweetness to it, this one. This one's got a bit of bite, so I feel like this one's still gonna like hasn't aged like that other one. You can just tell on aroma pretty much. You drink enough beers, as soon as you smell a beer, you sort of know if it's right or not. Unless it's like some out there style. But yeah, IPAs, I feel like they're just a giveaway straight as soon as you smell them. Oh, I didn't say hello to Clint. Cheers, brother. Good to see you. Oh, yep. Yeah, well, I'll see what happens, dude. After this, I might do a hangout, I reckon. I'm pretty keen for a few beers. Bulk doesn't know where the fuck he is, what he's doing. Yeah. Yeah, I was in your hood, Bulk. The sour beer festival I was at on Saturday was in Footscray, so I wouldn't have been too far from where you are. Yeah. A fracture is what I wanted to give some of the junkies when I was strolling the streets of Geelong on Saturday night. Little cunts. Yeah. Footscray is pretty cool. I love how it's like real trendy now, and it used to be the sort of place like, yeah, you'd be in a scuff and shit'd go down back like 30 years ago. It was a real like rebellious place to be. But yeah, very soft and pillowy mouthfeel. It's yeah, working title with their hazies. They got that sort of that body down pat. But yeah, pineapple and passion fruit. I think the yeah, it was the Koya Motueka, so it's the actual passion fruit dried powder, but you're getting pineapple as well, just from the hops. But yeah, that really dominant lemon and lime. It sort of gives off like the white grape characters as well. I don't know if you get that often with Motueka, but sort of a touch of that Nelson sort of character from it. Like your white or your green berry. But yeah, pardon me. That was rude. I think out of the four, I would have the Koya Motueka, so the one I'm just having now, and the Maui Nelson. I'd have them as like the sort of equal favourite. Um, as far as scores go, I'd have them like they're good quality beers, especially fresh. Like I'd probably say 4.5 out of 5, maybe 4.4, somewhere around there. Um, the first one was only just like, yeah, like similar 4.4, 4.3. Well, it was awesome, but just like Rawaka, I just don't enjoy as much as the others. It just had that stone fruit sort of character. Like I like that sweet orange. It was really nice, like candied orange. And then, yeah, the other one, like this bad boy, the Coe and Nelson, probably when fresh was probably like as good as the others, if not even better. But yeah, I just felt like this beer had sort of lost a bit of it. And like it's expected, like they're 10 weeks old, 10 or 11 weeks old when it comes to these style beers, especially when they've got these innovative techniques like Hopkeef and Phantasm and all that shit. You probably need to drink them within 2 months or they're no good. Yeah, we'll get it done. Yeah, mate. You're on to it. You know me well. Cheers, Disco. Good to see you, brother. I'm possibly doing a hangout after this, mate. So if you're about, you can join us for a beer. Cheers, Stewie. Always appreciate your promo work. So yeah, if I do a hangout, I'm just gonna finish off the 4, obviously, but then yeah, might have some macro beers and just shoot the shit. I'll elaborate on like my weekend and what happened and good times and bad times and reach out to other people that yeah, it sounds like Paul needs a bit of comforting. He's had a tough time, so it's always good to be there for your mates in the good and the bad times. That's a Led Zeppelin song, isn't it? Good times, bad times. Great band. Wish I could have seen them in their heyday. Would have been fucking phenomenal. It's almost like do I just finish this and start another live, or do I just keep going and just go, fuck it, this will do? Because it's like, yeah, the people are already here. The beers are like, if people want to watch the beer reviews, they're there at the start. They know when to finish if they want. It's always a tough decision. If it's just one beer and you want to go for 10 minutes and then finish up, it's easier to make that decision. But when it's something like this, but yeah, I like this glass. I like that. What color would you call that? Sort of like an aqua in between like blue and green. And yeah, that was for their 3rd birthday. So, out of all of yous out there, is who is drinking and what are you drinking? Yeah, boy. That'll be good. It's good that it's like, yeah, it's midnight for me, so and I don't start work till 2 o'clock, so I've got plenty of time for sleep later on. Just got to make a few phone calls in the morning, and I need to do shopping, but we'll get around to that. We might just do an online shop. I might get some VBs delivered. Yeah. Yeah, well, you're welcome up here, mate, even if you just want one or two. Go for your life. I might, oh, cool. That'd be awesome, Stu. Yeah, I reckon I might just continue this one on. Just pop the link in the chat. Because, yeah, I'm not that phased, to be honest. as I said, it's 4 beers that they've already gone for nearly an hour anyway. It's like, fuck it, let's keep it rolling. So yeah, I'll pop it in the chat now. I'll just have to go get some more beers from the fridge at some stage, but there'll be people up here to keep it rolling. So what am I doing? So yeah, it should be in the chat now, and I'll just go onto YouTube and pin it so it's up the top. Sorry, guys. Hopefully it's still there. Just having some internet issues. Cool. Cheers, Jagman. Yeah, hopefully it's all good. Like cut out for me for ages then, so I'm not sure what's going on. But yeah, it says that I'm still live, but I was gone for a while. So yeah, I'll try pinning that comment again. I think because we've had a lot of rain here lately, and the phone line that runs through the ground's down near like a bridge that crosses a creek. Whenever there's a shitload of rain, it's just like a shit spot to have it. It gets like water in there, and yeah, affects everyone's like phone lines. Yeah. But yeah. Cheers, Thomas. Good to see you, brother. Have to share a beer sometime soon, mate. So yeah, I'll try pinning that comment again. That's when it's stuffed up. Yeah, now we should be right. So back to the beers. Woo! So yeah, the link's posted a couple of comments ago, but it's also at the top. So if you want to join for a beer, jump on. And sorry about the internet issues just before. Happens to the best of us. So yeah, I might just go back and have a little bit of each, I think. And then I'll do a big cuvee of all of them at the end. Cuvee! So yeah, back to the Rawaka. 6.5 fracture with the I love I love their logo, the old working title logo. It's like we still don't know if we want to keep the name or not. I love Thomas how you got a shout out from Paul, brother. That was pretty cool. He said something about how you haven't been very active lately, but yeah, he still shouted you out. And I love that. That's cool. Still one of my favourite moments from you. Like I loved all your interviews and that have been phenomenal. But when you've had like homebrew that's like exploded. It's funny as fuck. So yeah, we're sort of shifted from a couple of beer reviews to like a live hangout now. So just waiting on people to get their beers sorted and jumping up. And who knows where the night will go. But yeah, I just hope I had internet issues just as I was sort of like starting to share the link and that. So I'm hoping people haven't left thinking that I've left. But I will sit tight with my Rawaka and just talk shit like I do. I've got a dog with an itch, and he's just like. Fucking dickhead. Now he's looking at me like, don't make fun of me. Oh, I've got a sore shoulder, I've got sore legs, I've got sore feet. I'm getting old. I need to retire. I need to retire from it all. I no longer want to work. I just don't want to do anything. I'm an old man. Yeah, boy. If only. We haven't had a drink together for ages, bro. Just quit. As you say to me all the time, just quit, just leave your job. Just come up and have a beer. Oh, here we go. The internet's playing up again. Yeah. So shit. I've never had any issues. And then the last few months, all of a sudden, it's like third world country internet. Dead to me. I'll tell you what, when I get a macro beer, I'm going to chug it. I'm just going to scull that motherfucker. Yeah. Yeah, that festival I went to on Saturday, Josh, you would have absolutely loved it. One of the beers that really rocked my socks. It was like yeah, like I know you're not the massivest farmhouse boy, but you probably, I don't know, you probably see the potential in them, or if they're really good, you probably appreciate them. But it was like this farmhousey beer, aged for 3 years, like wine barrel with raspberry, and the raspberry was just so intense. It's just like fucking wow, so good. And of course, I had a bottle of that to review, and yep, it was in the bag. And I had this Thai, a it was like a wild ale with like Thai sort of characteristics. So it had like lemongrass, ginger, um, maybe lime. It had like a few different things, and I was just like so impressed by it. So good. I had a bottle of that. I also had a can of the Kalash. I did the Kalash on my channel a week or two ago, the bourbon version. I had the Australian whiskey version of that. That was in the bag too. Like all this hype. Like bank. Oh man, another thing. Banks and Range. You know how I've said that Banks, Range, Mountain Culture, they're all mates. Banks and Range have done this fucking awesome thing where they've done this trickery series and they've brewed each other's hyped beers with the exact same like can artwork. So like Ranger brought out Banks's Cake Eater and it looks exactly the same, just with a different logo up the top. And then Banks have done Rangers like dripping in green and all. Oh, it's so cool. I love when breweries get together like that, and it's like there's a bit of like mockery, like jokery. Like, and yeah, I had so much fucking hype in this bag. I'm so pissed off about it. Shiraz for the win. Yeah, I don't mind a Shiraz. When it comes to wine, that's sort of like that's my go-to, pretty much. Just get that sort of like I don't know, that rich like sort of red berry. It's good. Time for Maui Nelson. There needs to be more Mauis, I think. I like that pineapple. That pineapple characteristic is nice. Pineapple's got to be one of the. And I'm back. Yeah, as I was saying, pineapple is a bit of a bitch to work with, but it's got to be one of the best fruits out there. So yeah, on the back it says a soft New Zealand hazy IPA finished with Maui Nelson Sub-Zero hop keef. Soft pineapple character with complex citrus and exotic stone fruits. And then the first one said a soft New Zealand hazy IPA finished with Rawaka Sub-Zero hop keef. Zesty citrus flavors are supported by orange sherbet, pine, and diesel. See, I got the sweet citrus from that one. I didn't really get the pine or especially the diesel. I got the diesel in another one, but not that one. But yeah, one thing that's awesome about beer is just different people get different notes. So yeah, one thing I did when I was at the festival, I did a short just panning down from there was like a second level to the brewery, and I just sort of panned down like just a quick little pan out of like all the people down below and the stalls and stuff. It's pretty cool. Cheers, Tater. Good to see you, mate. But yeah, one thing that was disappointing is last year we paid less money and had more time. I'm pretty sure last year's entry was $80 and you got at least 4 hours of drinking. Whereas this year it was only 3 hours of drinking, it was $100. And it's like, and the worst thing was is their ticketing, like their lineup thing, they just had one line and it went for a while. And there was one lady just ticking off everyone as they went through. So if you're at the back of the line, you wasted half an hour getting in when you could have been drinking. And then it got to the end of the event, maybe 20 minutes to go, and they're calling last drink. So 3 hours of drinking that's meant to be turned into like just over 2 hours for some people. So you can see why some people got a bit annoyed about it because $100 is a lot of money. Like, yes, you are getting some really good quality beers and you're smashing them down at your own pace and that, but I just feel like 2 hours isn't long enough for that amount of money. Like, it's stupid. Like, I felt a bit gypped, a bit ripped off. Especially like when in previous events I'd pay 60 or 70 and I'd be there for 4 hours, like more breweries involved and getting stuck in. Well, I'm not sure what's going on with the people that wanted to join, but I'm still here. I've had a few cutouts. I just hope it hasn't affected. Yeah, good, bro. You coming up for one or what? Going down good. Good. Yeah, I feel like that one and the last one's definitely the pick of the bunch. I reckon the Coia Nelson would have been good fresh, but yeah, just hasn't lasted the distance like the others. It's more of a sprinter than a marathon runner. Tell you what, I could go for some food right now. I do have a lasagna in the fridge. I could tuck into that. Oh, here we go.
Oh shit.
How are you, brother?
I'm doing all right for what it is.
Yeah. So what happened? Fill me in, or is it more of a don't want to talk about online?
I can talk about it. It's not a big. I mean, it's a big deal, but it's not something I can't talk about. It's just a good friend of the brew tubing community passed away this weekend. So
Oh shit, that's not
yeah,
good.
no, it's
Yeah.
not good. He's a good guy. Met
Yeah.
him a few times. So yep,
Yeah.
that sucks.
Yeah. Nah, shit. Sorry to hear, brother.
Yeah, it is what it is, obviously, but it just sucks. So posted some
Yeah.
nice stuff on Facebook. I posted a thing this morning, and then I just made another like video reel of just a bunch of people that I met up with and stuff because it's what it's all about, right?
Yeah.
I almost say like the beer review is secondary,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
like
It's more. Yeah.
yeah,
Totally.
so
Nah, the mateship, the community, like I could at the end of the day, like it is cool to see what people are drinking, but a lot of times you don't really give a fuck.
not real, especially if you can't get it. It's
Yeah,
like yeah, I understand. Yeah, that's kind of like one of those. Yeah, that's cool.
yeah,
But yeah, if you could get it, it's a little bit different. But most of the stuff, it's more like just, all right, I want to see how your day went, or how do you review beers,
yeah,
or how this, or
yeah.
how that.
That's exactly it's exactly right. I wanna hear what you're angry about or what what floats your boat or what you're happy about or yeah.
Right,
A lot of times it's just more about the character than the product itself.
right. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think there's a lot of that. I mean, like, there's a handful of people in the BrewTube community that got like pretty well known, like pretty famous, but they're like, I don't know. So make sure you get your beard just right, and the lighting just right. And make sure you spend all this money on this and all this money on that, and it works for them. And they're making lots of money on YouTube and stuff, and that's great. But I couldn't give a fuck.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like it's just like that's cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm just it's that I don't know. Is it? Did you just get on here and if I'm worried about how I got to edit my video, then I must not be enjoying what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
dude, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do anything that I'm kind of lazy, so I don't want to do anything that feels like work.
Yeah. Yeah, especially when you've just got home from work. It's got to be
Yeah.
something like relaxing and yeah.
hmm And
Mm.
I'm gonna enjoy a morning beer to relax my emotional soul. And
Cool.
because I gotta, like I said, I gotta about 2 hours from now, I have a little thing to do.
Yeah.
So right now I have enough time to share a beer. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
do that.
Cheers, brother.
Beer. So we were just up
Yes,
here.
I did see in the chat you said something about job interviews, so I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I got a Southern Tier Harvest Autumn
Yep.
IPA. It's
Oh yeah.
6.7. It's easy drinking. It's very. I remember the first time this came out, it was much more robust, but
Yeah.
hop for like really like you just put your nose in a bag of fresh open hop leaves. Like, wow, this is really intense as far as like it smells like a fucking great homebrew almost. But this one, it just, I think they dialed back since they first released it, but it's still just a really, really approachable, easy drinking IPA that almost reminds you of a more of like a traditional style, almost an English style with a bigger malt base. So it's not bad. It's easy drinking.
Are they from PA?
Mm-mm. No, we went up to Lake Erie this weekend. Way up
Yeah, how'd that go?
way up in that corner. So one of the ways we were over in Warren, and one of the ways it showed us is to go up to almost where they are and over. So I was like, well, if we're gonna go up there anyway, let's go to Lakewood and hit Southern Tier because she likes Southern Tier anyway. So we went in there, and it was great, just like I remember it because I was there once before. She got we looked at the beers on tap, so she got a half and a half pour of the caramel pumpkin, and then a half pour of the Imperial Warlock. So that she got like a little half and half. She said she liked it, but it was really sweet. There was an outdoor event going on, and you could see a trailer with pouring beers out there. We both assumed, right, that they would be the same beers, obviously. So we came out there later after we were going to leave. We just wanted to look. They had all this other different stuff out there on tap. We're like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like better beers that we would wish we did have. They had out there on tap. We're like, motherfucker. We should have looked, but we didn't.
Cheers, Brew.
Cheers to you.
How are you, brother? Hope all's well. Come up and have a beer with us if you're free. You're probably working though.
So got back from doing the Lake Erie trip, which was really cool. Our mini cabin place we got was literally just 20 feet away from the lake off a cliff, you know what I mean? So you could just walk right over there and just, you know, it was giving me, it gives you ocean vibes, even though it's just a great lake, but it's so vast with the wind and the waves, you know, so
yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, as soon as you've got a big body of water and a heap of wind, it's like, it's hard not to think it's the ocean.
Right, exactly. You don't get that briny smell, but
yeah,
it is what it is. It was weird. Like the last day we were there, something's going on with the lake with seasonal something. I don't really know, but we started seeing dead fish in the water, and they were big dead. They were freshwater drums, they're called. But something happened, whether they just got to they all got to the life cycle at the same time, because the like all the beaches ended up just getting covered with them. Dead ones, and the fucking stink. Like, whoa, that stinks, you know. But like the first two times we were down there, there's nothing. It was awesome. And then the next day we woke up, we just started seeing all these drums everywhere. We went down to the beach, and all the beaches got covered with them, and they started stinking. Well, I mean that's nature. You can't help it. But it was just like, boy, we're glad we're leaving. We didn't come into this. You know what I mean? It didn't bother anybody else. They had people on beach towels, having a good time on the beaches, walking around all the dead fish, and I was like, well, good on them. Good for you.
Yeah.
It was all
in my hometown, dude, it gets to certain times of the year and the seaweed is just fucking phenomenal. Like the whole beach will be covered in it. And they need these like dudes in like big excavators and that every morning to like clear it out. And just
to dig it
the
out.
aroma, just like wow. But
Yeah,
that's the thing. Seaweed now is a thing that people use in so many products. So it's like they could be sitting on a lot of money there with that shit.
Well, they just dump it in a field or something. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you sort of wonder what they did with it.
Well, they just dump it on somebody else's feet. Fuck them.
Yeah, the rival city is like, fuck you, we hate you.
I thought you were starting a different live. I didn't know you were going to do the same live the same thing. I thought you're going to start a new
Yeah,
one, so I
no,
didn't have a
I kept my
notification.
thought. The only thing that worried me is I had started having internet issues when I talked about whether I was going to go onto another or the same. And then, I was like, fuck, I hope people haven't, like, died out.
No, I was just
Cheers,
busy. I was just
Bumpy.
doing my
Good to see you, brother.
do more shit. No, I took a day off
Like
today.
you said you were keen, Craig said he was keen, and then Stewie said he was keen. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll keep going.
Yeah, somebody will show up at some point in time. Yeah. No, I
Speaking of,
decided, I was gonna have a big day
cheers, brother.
traveling, so
Hey, how's it going, guys?
well,
Good.
pretty good.
Do you
Good,
two
good.
know each other?
I know of, but we haven't
Yeah.
met because of some issues down in Niagara Falls. So
Yeah,
it is what it is.
it is what
But,
it is.
No,
right?
good to see you, man.
Yeah, I'm actually off today, Monday, and I've already done like 3 reviews for my channel. So then I said, screw it. So I'm gonna have a Push Ice 6.0 with you guys. See what's going on?
Yeah.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, everything's awesome here actually in Brantford. I can't wait till winter. I love winter. Are you in winter right now?
Nah, well, Paul is, but I'm in. Oh, well, sorry, I'm in winter, but Paul's in summer.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Paul's just down. You're about what, 6 hours from me?
4.5 hours from you.
4.5 hours.
Yeah, it's not far. Yeah, because you're close. You're semi close to Niagara Falls, aren't you? Like an hour or half an hour?
Hour and a half from there. So
Okay.
TK and Anderson went up through Detroit, came to my place, and then they went down to you. So I heard TK was hurting so bad from my place
Oh,
because he
that's
drank
why.
so much.
It fucked him up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
big
good.
time. Big time. But everything's been perfect.
Yeah, so you probably are about 6 hours away from me then.
6 hours.
Yeah.
I plan on next summer. I plan on going down, seeing the Buffalo Beer guy in Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got go meet someone. Go meet Outlaw Camper. Then I'm going to meet Wayne at TK's. So how far are you from Wayne? He's in Pennsylvania.
Wayne is probably about 2 hours away from me, and then TK is about 6.5 hours away from me.
6 hours. So if we go down, when I go to Wayne's for a week, I can meet up with you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no problem.
Right.
I'm actually we're gonna go down to Chase's for the next beer hangout thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I was looking online to see, like, because I'm gonna drive down there, and it's like a fucking 14-hour drive or something like that, or whatever it is. It's a long drive. So we're going to find a halfway point. Well, I found this cool German restaurant next to a hotel, and I'm like, perfect. And we're going to Greenville, South Carolina. Well, I found out the halfway point next to this German restaurant, next to this hotel, is in Greenville, Virginia. So the halfway point between Greenville is Greenville. So they're a very common name down that way.
No kidding.
Yeah.
German restaurant too, like that. Yeah, I think that's going to be good.
Oh, is he in South Carolina or North Carolina?
He's in South Carolina.
South Carolina. Yeah. I plan on actually trying to get to that one too. Depending on the situation with a few of the tubers. If they
Much
can.
easier to fly.
What's that?
Much easier to fly in than drive.
Oh yeah. Well, I plan on actually getting over the border because I don't have a vehicle, and then getting on that fast train. What's it called? The
Amtrak.
Amtrak, and that would take me up to Philly in like 4 hours, and then Wayne could pick me up in Philly.
There you go.
But I plan on going to Chase's. It's just depending on the situation with a couple of the guys still. That I don't really want to get into. I don't know why it ended up being this way, but it is what it is.
No, I mean, you're all decent. You're all decent blokes. A little bit of hey, sorry about that misunderstanding, either on your side or my side. Let bygones be bygones. Usually, let's have a beer. Works pretty well.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Yep.
Exactly. But besides
I
that,
will
yeah.
arm
No,
wrestle you, and then we can have a beer.
Cheers,
Cheers.
guys. Good to see you,
Cheers.
brother.
Good to see you too. Cheers.
yeah. Life is awesome here in Ontario. Oh yeah. But anyways, I popped in
Yeah,
quickly.
I had no idea what was going on there, Drew. So I was just like, yeah, I had no idea. I was just staying out of it. I'm mates with all of you, so I don't really care what's going
Nobody
Yeah, I
likes
know.
Sam.
on.
no. It's just to be honest, it was over stupidity. Um, I could quickly explain it if you want to hear it. It's up to
Sure.
you. He,
Yeah, go for your life.
the three of them bought subs. They are buying subs. And I caught him. I caught him on it.
Okay.
I caught him on it, and I voiced my opinion. And the three of them discontinued being my friend, basically, because I worked my ass off to get where I am on my channel. Very hard. I drink a lot of beers for it, and that's the whole
You
reason
should.
why they won't talk to me.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, the whole buying subs thing is like that was definitely because I've been in the brew tube for a long now. This is my 12th year. And buying subs was definitely a thing that I know a lot of people did do, and it is a touchy topic and shit like that. Now, maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I don't know. I've worked my ass over the last 12 years to be a loser, and I have succeeded,
Exactly.
and I'm very proud.
I've been doing it for 5 years, and this year alone I just got over 1,000 subs doing it the hard way. I drank probably 4,000 to 5,000 beers on my channel alone just for it. You know what I mean?
You should, if you do some topless reviews, you'd probably be way over that by now. But so that's on
Dude,
you.
I have had some topless. Did you see my bikini ones? Oh yeah, they're sexy. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
If
yeah.
they were being dressed, they'd be worn out by now. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. So that was the whole situation with those three. And then TK and Anderson tried to go down there and talk to them, and there was no give. So to me, they just
That's
to me it's jealousy and it sucks. Until they could get over it and come to me, then I'm over it, right?
mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
it's a touchy.
Bygones be
You're right.
bygones. No harm, no foul. It's just little. It's nothing big, right?
No, it's not. It's nothing. I just voiced my opinion over something, and then they kind of lost it on me, and I'm like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't know this was really bothering you. You know that I'm not allowed to say nothing."
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
No, I mean, if you really, really look at it this way, and I'm not saying this or that or anything because I don't even know the people in question, but at the same time, and this is only a psychology thing, usually a
Mhm.
guilty person will get angry.
You're right. You're right.
That's
And,
psychology.
you're right. You're 100% right. The guilty person would have got angry, and it's true. It's true. But anyways, that's enough of that. You guys know
That's
the
not
little bit
bad.
of lowdown. What's going on? But
Simon,
Yeah.
Stewie, what have you got, brother?
McEwen's. Oh, I can get that here, I think. Well, not champion.
Okay. I've never seen that here.
I'll give you the story behind this, right?
Yeah.
It's a champion brewed specific. Let's was on about McEwen's champion to you last time that was up on your panel. Brewed specifically as a competition entry, then going on to take first place. Champion was obviously the obvious name for this outstanding premium beer. With a rich, strong flavour, unique sweet and fruity character, Champion is a firm favourite in the McEwen's range. It's got 7.3%. So
Yeah.
when
When was the
Non-alcoholic.
last time you had one?
was the last time I had one?
Yeah.
Last year.
Oh, yeah. Enjoy, brother.
You're gonna love the glass once I'm done.
I'm
What time
gonna
is it
quickly
there in
run. I'm
Australia?
gonna quickly run to the toilet, boys. I'm busted. I'll be back.
All right.
Oh no, not already, son.
Oh, I can't remember which McEwen's we get. I thought it was just called Export.
Yeah,
I think it was.
That's the best. You
Yeah,
get
that's
McEwen's
the one.
Export. Well, if you get Sweetheart Stout, you can actually turn it into a black and tan.
Oh, that'd be
It's
nice.
an old man. It's an old man's drink, but it's really nice.
No, I would. I want to go over to. I want to go over to the UK again if I get a chance to go there, and I want to do something that I haven't done that they told me they do. Well, the working class pubs do, is they do a mixed, so it's mild and bitter mixed together. And I know, like, basically what I've heard was it's not as good as either, so you kind of ruin it. But at the same time, I want to try it, just because
two,
I didn't.
two different ways of looking at it. You get a black and tan, which is a stout and a beer, which is like McEwen's Export and Sweetheart Stout. That's the only one that I've heard of having a mix. The other one is putting, I think it's lager and cider together. You come up with a snake bite.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mix, Drew? What do you
There
mix?
again?
What do you mix?
I really don't mix any beers at all.
Lime juice.
Your belly.
Well, you mean like if I'm going to have one beer and then another beer?
Yeah.
Or am I going to mix beers?
Mix them.
Mix them. Okay, you know what I mix? I'll tell you, it's fantastic. And I don't know if you guys could get it. I'm going to run outside and grab the bottle.
So if you're taking your pants off, I don't want to know.
No, I'm not. I'm not taking no pants off.
Okay.
See, we get bootleggers like this. Johnny
Yeah, I know.
bootleggers.
They're bootleggers. Yep.
11.9%. I actually mix those with beer, and they're fantastic. You can mix it with an IPA or a lager, but I prefer mixing it with an IPA because it tones down bitterness IPA from all the pineness of it. So it's pretty good that way. But that's all I do. I love the Johnny bootleggers.
I don't know why I wear hats because it just like shows you how oblonged my head is from all the concussions I've had. It's weird. It's just stupid. But
Right.
here in Yinling, we have that Yinling makes their own black and tan. It's actually modeled in a bottle black and tan, which is their regular Pilsner lager mixed with their porter. So that's the black and tan. I prefer to make black and tans with imperial beers. So a double IPA with an imperial stout. And oh boy, it's time to rock and roll when you do that, because usually they come out fucking fantastic and they're like 12% alcohol by volume. So it's like, yeah, let's do this.
Wow.
Sammy, I don't know if you remember, but I got the hat on for your occasion.
Nailed it.
Hang on, I gotta go a close up.
Ha.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute, I'll take that off so you guys can see it. So you got.
Do you know what
Australia.
shits me though? Is it reminds me of the Qantas logo. And the
Other
CEO
side.
of Qantas, like our airline, he's a fucking idiot. I can't stand it.
Where's your Minnesota Vikings hat?
I'm
putting that on, Sam.
I'm one of those people. I've got about 50 different hats.
Football's starting in a few weeks.
Here we go.
Pardon?
Football's starting soon, so.
Yeah. That fucking JJ McCarthy for us looks all right. The new rookie. But I got the fucking.
Well, I don't know, man. My Niners better win this year. This is it.
Yeah.
So by the way, I'm Stuart, by the way. So who's Sammy? Who's all here?
Yeah, so you know Paul. I'm pretty sure you know Paul. You've been on a stream with Paul, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you've got Drew, who is beer for breakfast, facts for snacks. He's from Canada.
Yep, Ontario.
Yep. And then you've got Ghost down in the corner, who's down in Georgia.
In the States.
He's a regular on Drewy, is in Miscellaneous. He's a regular on his shows.
Yep.
He's pulling a
We've
James
got,
and
we've
packing
got
for
a
bed.
crew
That's what
where
James.
we pretty much have drinks every day and hang out.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got the beer on the way right now.
Hey, Coach, are
Well, I
you
got
laying down?
bulk,
Like, what are you doing?
bulk.
Laying down? Just
Yeah.
chilling?
Laid out.
If
Yep.
you, if you
Yeah.
ever see the bulk in the
James,
chat, then
James from
basically
Rampant Lion Beer Reviews. He does that.
he got me a phone, so that's probably why the picture looks
Fly,
so clear.
Eagles,
Now.
fly.
Fly,
We got a
Eagles,
Philly.
fly.
We got a mad
Ah,
Philly.
the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh no! Hell no! Get that
Hey,
down.
I'll pick up. Yeah, I'm down. I'm down. Don't worry. Don't worry. My team won't win. But that's
Who's your
the
team?
one I would.
Either.
Who's
It's
your team?
Steelers or nothing, and Pirates or nothing.
Ah,
Steelers.
well,
Hold on, the Steelers. My team's playing y'all the first game.
who
Am I
you,
allowed to
Atlanta?
say American football?
My
That's a
my grandmother passed away a while ago, but I hope on her side, everybody, my dad's side's everybody's from Pittsburgh before they moved out here and had me. So my grandmother made sure that my team's this or she'd kill me. So I'll stay true. Those are my teams.
yeah.
I
I was
don't
born down
understand
there.
sports ball.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to go on a big beer crawl in Pittsburgh. I reckon it'd be fucking awesome.
Woo!
No,
Right.
Pittsburgh. That's is it not. Where's Pittsburgh again?
Pittsburgh is here. That's Pennsylvania.
Right, I know
Right
where
there.
Pennsylvania is. I know where Philadelphia is.
But that's Pittsburgh. Right there. And
Yeah,
Philadelphia's
so
way over
Pittsburgh's like
here.
the very west, isn't it?
Ah,
Yeah, that's Eastern, that's Western. And I'm about there. Something like that. So,
So, are you in Pennsylvania or no?
me? No, I'm
No,
in.
of course.
I'm in a beautiful place called Scotland.
Oh, well, Scotland. No, I do that. I can tell from your accent.
Oh, no. No, but he has a beautiful
I know Philadelphia really well because I follow a YouTuber who is called More Promotional Thing for Anything Is Possible. He's a Pennsylvanian YouTube channel. Go and check him out if you guys wish to. He is awesome. I do a lot of work for him behind the scenes as well as on camera. I'll promote him anywhere if I can. Basically, he's going fishing tomorrow in Philadelphia along with another YouTube channel called Mission Discover. They're after Philly flatheads, so I'm looking forward to that. But no, I've never been the one to grasp what do you call it, American football, because to me, before I met anybody, I was watching Deadliest Catch, and every one of them was like Seattle Seahawks, and I could understand why, being so close to that part of Alaska. And I was like, my mate Bob, who's in chat, well, he does, let's say, anything is possible. Bob, he's like, Stewie, you're flying the wrong bird. It's like, what do you mean? He says you need to go on Eagles. It's like, well, actually, the Eagles were the first thing I listened to, so maybe you're onto something. He says you got to go Eagles. So we'll see what happens.
Just Philly's a very strange place, and Philly fans are probably the most. They're not as violent as like Boston Bruins fan or stuff like that because they'll burn their town down whether they win or lose. But damn, they just have to chant everything. I don't understand Philly and chanting. It doesn't matter what it is; they're going to chant it until you want it up your own ass.
See,
I don't understand.
This is the thing with Sammy. This is why I said Sammy, because I phone the Incredible Bulk every day. Right, Sammy knows this. I speak to Bulk daily, and I turned and said to him, I said to Bulk, I says, so is there a green and white team across in Australia. And he's like, no, but there's one coming. And I was like, oh, okay. So it's called the Tasmania Devils. And I said to Sammy, it says, Devils are going to get you. And he's like, what do you mean? It says, because they're green and white. I love a green and white team. My home, well, not my home team, but the team I love in Scotland, Celtic. So they play in green and white. So it's kind of a connection to them, hopefully.
And then I pulled out the Celtic shirt.
Yeah, I know you did, and that was beautiful, Sammy. It was beautiful.
Aren't the Boston Celtics green and white?
They are.
Yeah.
Look,
I knew a thing. I knew a sports thing. I'm very excited.
The other team that I think no, they don't play in green and white, but I do like them is Boston Red Sox when it comes to baseball. I do like the Boston Red Sox when it comes to baseball. I don't like the Yankees.
Nobody does.
I don't like the Yankees. However has been we do feel sorry for you guys in chat because just because.
What about you? Drew? Is hockey your favorite, or you're a football fan? Or?
I'm a football fan. NFL.
Yeah.
I don't even like CFL. You guys heard of CFL?
Yeah, Canadian. Yep.
Yeah, football. I don't even watch that. It's NFL. I watch the Maple Leafs once in a while if they make it in the playoffs.
Yeah.
The Blue Jays I'll watch if they make it in the playoffs. But baseball to me is kind of boring. It's so slow and long, right?
Yeah.
So I'll be
actually. Now that I think of it, you're Niners, aren't you?
I'm 49ers fan, big time. They made it to the Super Bowl last year. They should have won it the year before. This is the last year for them, or they're done. That's what I'm going to say. But I also take on my grandfather's legacy of the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watch the Browns as much as possible.
Yeah, well, we've got a person in our community, Joey, who's very active. He's a massive Browns fan. And like he's the one that he's got a podcast and he tries to get like actors and ex-players and stuff on his podcast, so it's pretty cool.
Oh, get out.
Collingwood. Don't mention Collingwood, Bulk. Don't mention Collingwood. Please don't. You've just destroyed chat. Yeah, Bulk's going to derail chat because of Collingwood.
Okay, I gotta go, guys. I just dropped in for a beer. Want to say hi? See what's going on?
Cheers, brother.
You guys have a good one.
Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. And I will come back on.
We'll have to do like a beer review together or something to be
absolutely. Good. You could get Bellwoods and Collective Arts and stuff. We could do one of those if you want.
Yeah,
all right?
For sure.
All right, have a great one, guys. Be kind to your neighbors. Try something different.
Cheers, dude.
Cheers.
All right.
See, I mean, one thing about this beer, right? It's like, see, when you, I'll get to you, Sammy, right? Because you do this all the time. When it comes to like fruits and beer, there's one thing that I'd like to know: what kind of fruit would be in this? Because there's like it smells like blackcurrant, but I think it's not.
Like a fig date.
I'm assuming it's an old school like Scottish ale. It's probably like heavy on like dark fruits. Have you had this beer before, Paul?
Well, yeah, I've had this beer before. Yeah.
No, not me though. I've had their export, and that was like a fig date raisin kind of vibe.
Yeah,
going through it. Yeah, that plummy thing. I mean, the dark currant is good too, but I think I get the more fig date raisin thing because you get mixes with that molasses vibe too. Treacle kind of vibe.
It's really nice though. Honestly, Sammy, if you can get your hands on one of these, please.
Oh, please. I'd love to get that.
I do reckon I've seen it in a bottle shop in Melbourne. I reckon they have a lot of English and Scottish stuff.
Is it a proper size bottle? What size bottle? Is it a 500 milliliter bottle? Oh, proper size. Oh, give it to me. Because everything I get is this bullshit that they make for America, and instead of like the 375, it's like a 330. It's like this is bullshit.
I'll
Say it.
tell you, I'm gonna say something here, right? This is a true fact. I noticed something across here with Budweiser, right? Now, Budweiser is probably one of the biggest beers that we get here from the States, right? Hands down. Years ago, we used to get a 330 ml bottle, right,
Mhm.
of Budweiser. Now they're taking it down to 300 ml bottles.
You're getting smaller, so you have to
You
drink 16 times as much.
Basically.
Oh wow! I thought
Nope.
they would have went up instead of down.
They,
That's
they
great.
used to do. They used to make when it was a 330 ml bottles, there were 5% alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
When they've got the 300 ml, they've knocked off 0.2%. It's 4.8.
Are they charging you more now? Are they like Porsche, giving you less and charging you more? Is that what
See,
they do?
the thing is, this is the government, right, across here, as in the Scottish government. They put on a minimum pricing alcohol. We're the only country in the world to do so, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to put on, I can't remember exactly how it works out, but for minimum pricing per unit. So if you're drinking, well, this was £2 a bottle, my money, and it's 7.3%. So whatever that works out, because I know I went to Lidl's for this, but in a normal shop, I'd be quite expensive.
Oh, okay.
So if I was to go like to a proper supermarket, it'd cost me more.
Mhm.
But Lidl's is a chain of supermarkets that you get things cheaper for the same stuff. I don't know how to work it out, but do.
No, you got it a little
Um,
discount Aldi's.
well, basically it's like an Aldi, yeah. It's exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Exactly the same thing.
Our Aldi
But
doesn't sell.
I've always wondered what the difference is between Lidl and Aldi.
they're two brothers, Sammy. They're two
Yeah.
German brothers that basically they waged war on themselves to basically say, well, my supermarket's better than yours. And
Yeah.
they fell out, and basically one created another, well, one chain, another created another. So you've got the separation part where one
When
is
I was
trying
in
to do
Germany, and my buddy in Germany basically said, well, not with that backstory, but he basically said Lidl is a discount Aldi's. So Aldi's and then Lidl. So I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So I haven't been in a Lidl though. I've only been in Aldi's, and then we have Aldi's here. We don't have Lidl's here, but because of Pennsylvania and being Pennsylvania, we don't get any of Aldi's special beers because we don't sell beers in Aldi's here. So when they came out with that amazing Oktoberfest box set and shit that I just drooled over, we can't get it here. So it's like sucky.
I mean, but as you said about Pennsylvania, I've got. Well, I'm connected to you. I forgot what your first name is. PA. I forgot your first name.
Shitbag.
Shitbag.
Paul.
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 Yeah. You remember like PA, Paul. You can do that
Right.
too.
So Paul.
Yeah.
Bob. Nolan. There's another one called Skeeter. There's Ted from Off the Hook, and there is Squirrel Magnet Fishing Outdoors. They're basically the 5 channels I know in PA.
Okay.
Along with yourself.
Mhm.
The thing with PA, I was hoping to try and basically like branch like people who are in a certain state to try and basically connect with people in that state, even though they're from different communities of like YouTube, like fishing, for example. Fishing come hand in hand sometimes. When you're going out fishing, you want a beer, you know what I mean? You just want to sit there, crack open a beer and watch the rods. So, let's say the first person I would definitely go to is Anything. He's my go-to.
Well, Philly has the most licensing in Pennsylvania too, so they get the most variety of different beers from a lot of places too, where other places don't have that same. Because we need licensing to get certain beers from just certain distributors and stuff, so they can get Russian River and stuff like that where we can't. So it's pretty interesting. You should check
I mean,
out though Jeb. I think it's called Jeb Fishing. He's up in like Lake Erie, Presque Isle area, and Jeb Fishing is pretty good.
tell you who else is there? There's another one that's in PA. I think there's Ed Evans also. He does a lot of catfishing on a Wednesday night your time.
Okay.
I think it's a Wednesday night. Yeah, I think it's a
I'll
Wednesday
have
night.
to go and look at all these channels because I got that outdoors channel and I gotta subscribe to everybody.
Well, this is what I'm trying to like help you. You know what I mean? I'm a
right.
YouTube. I'm a YouTube promoter. I'll just like fire places for you to go. Other one is Jeff Beal. He is also in Pennsylvania. He does a lot of catfishing too. Because I know that basically, like PA, I know they don't have any blue cats, but for flatheads, if you can get yourself onto the Schuylkill River, honestly, the Schuylkill, should have said the Schuylkill River, you're gonna have a blast.
Schuylkill River, yeah. I thought we have channel cats. We got channels. We got some. I thought we had blues.
You're missing the blues, and I've been begging and pleading with people down south, and I'm in the community down in the you could call it the Bible Belt of America. I said, look, please, if you're in the south or even the middle part, if you've got blue cats, bring them to Pennsylvania, please. I'm like, well, does Pennsylvania not have any blue cats? Like, no, we need some, pretty pleaseums. And I'm like, beg and plead and like.
Well, we have the ones that we have the flatheads. We have flatheads, the bulls, and we have the channel cats. And I swear I pulled blues out of the Susquehanna.
Really?
Really? Yeah, because my dad would go there all the time.
I'll need to get in touch with Bob and see what he can do.
I don't know, but I mean they're blue and shiny. They're pretty. I mean, like they look. But channel cats are different though too, because channels are they have the silky black vibe. Like we pull those out too, and of course the big old flat fuckers because they get to like stupid amounts. The one guy I know, he pulls out 80-pound ones. It's fucking nuts. It's like
I can fatty flies definitely. Fatty flies.
I just I need to get back into fishing. I've been bitching to her about like I have not fished in a while and it's starting to piss me off. So
I mean, fishing to me, I mean, I say this on a lot of people. I go on panels and whatever else, but I say, look, just because like, oh, you think fishing is boring, trust me, it is one of the natural antidepressants anybody can get themselves out of. If they can cast a fishing rod, you're basically casting away your depression. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah. Well, we just went to Lake Erie, and the one thing I brought rods, I brought reels, I brought bait, and bought this, and the one thing I didn't do was cast a line the whole time I was there. Because we were just so busy running around. Yeah. It was just so stupid. Oh well.
I'll give you one of my life experiences that happened with me. And I wish it never happened. But I got depressed. In my own house. Nobody turned to. Nobody would like. This was years ago. This was well before I did YouTube. And I was like, what's this all about? So I got medication. My best mate came along, who's basically been like a brother to me. And he went, "What's this?" I went, "Oh, that's my antidepressant tablets." And we threw them in the bin. And he went, "You don't need them." He says, "You're coming with me." I went through a whole week. Now, I'll be honest. I had cider every morning when I was waking up. I was like, bottles of cider, bottles of cider, bottles of cider. I was turning an alcoholic. I chapped that within the first week and I went, I'm not doing this. This is not me. And I was like, I need to start going fishing again. That's what saved me. So, I mean, I can understand why Sammy does like all the beer reviews because there is millions of beers out there. There really is. And it's like, I've got a T-shirt that says, too many whiskies, not enough time. And it's like, it's so true that you've got different whiskies. I mean, Scotland's built on whiskies.
Right.
And it's like, with beer, it's like, I've got to try this one. You know what I mean? It's like, I've got to try next one, this one, this one, this one. I won't. And it's like, even though he's already tried them, I think I've had this from Sammy that he'd have one like 8 years ago, but he can't remember what it tastes like. He'll go, well, I'll have this one. I'll try this one again, and to see if they've changed any. Because one of the things I did watch with Sammy was he no long done the four ones with remember the 4 beers one that you did, and had
Barrel
just
aged
changed.
stout recently.
Yeah,
Is
they
that what you're
changed the
thinking of?
logo. They just changed the logo, and I think Sammy's got a glass for it. And they changed the logo, and I was like, I looked at the old one on the glass compared to the new one on the. I think it was bottles that you were doing, and I was like, the old one's better. The old logo actually stood out a lot better than
Yeah.
the new
Yeah.
one. And I thought that's probably why that Sammy didn't give it a 5, an overall 5, because of that. I mean, I sit in his chat, right, and he was doing a beer review. I was sitting like, I got one spot on, like 4.8%, and he's like, Stuart, you're in Scotland, aren't you? And yeah, he says, how do you know my tongue? I went, because I'm watching you, Sammy. I know what your taste like. I know what your taste buds want. He's like, it's weird. You don't even drink. I went, well, I do drink, but not often.
Right.
But for someone who's sitting here who hardly does alcohol, knowing someone who does a beer review, which is the person above me.
Ooh, Sammy Abs. Here it
Yep.
is.
Yeah.
What's
Beer
this?
of
Get
summer.
it in here, he does.
Sammy Adams,
Yeah.
beers of summer.
Yep.
It's a summer beer collection.
What
Well,
one are
that's when
you
I
going
seen-
first?
When I seen the tins that you've got up there, Sammy, that said fracture, I was like, wonder if you drink a lot of them. I was like, you get fractured bones at the end of the night.
Yeah.
I gotta put these in the fridge first because they're warm. They like literally got these out of the
Okay.
bag.
Yeah.
But fuck it, I'll
Yeah,
drink
that's
one
always a
warm beer.
killer when you buy them and you're like, fuck, I got to get them cold first.
Right. I'll still drink one warm.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Hey, Bumpy, bulk. I was not the first one. What do you mean you weren't the first one? Oh, I think I know what that was for. Collingwood. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with this one. The pool party.
Cool.
Cool. Buddy.
It's a
Sounds like-
citrusy hazy pale ale. Yeah, it's a hazy.
Get it in here, bro.
Yep.
Well, I
I'm
said
gonna
to you,
get-
Sam, you said you had a shit weekend. I said to you, just crack one open, 14%, and forget about your problems, brother. Just do it.
Right.
I must admit, I do feel pretty good now. Like when you have a tough time and then you got to go to work and you have a shit time at work, it's hard to like. You're still in that same mindset, and it's like I'll come home from work and I'm like, I just want to wash the problems away. So I'm like, fuck it.
Just
I'm
drink
gonna
them
do a
away.
beer
Drink the
review.
problems away.
Yeah.
Look, down they go.
But
That's
exactly. Open up and just sink.
Ooh.
So
It's
Ghost
the same. Once you take a
just
swig
go on the
of a
pool
really
part.
good beer, I think that's the other thing is once you take a good slug of a very, very good beer that hits the spot, it's the same thing as when you see that bobber just go down really hard. It's like, oh, shit's on, here it is, and everything else just falls away.
Yeah.
I mean, there's words of advice I've actually gave Sammy. Do not go anywhere near Tennant's Lager. Please don't. That stuff is poison. It's fucking rubbish. It's piss water.
Right.
It's ridiculously like
Most of the shit on my channel, bro, is hype. Everyone's like, oh, you need to just do some some average beers just to bring the scores down a little.
Is that
Nah,
the
because-
porch
Oh,
rock?
here we go.
That's a pool party.
Yeah. I do the occasional macro Monday where I just have like a macro beer, something that everyone can get. But
I thought this was
Yeah.
Friday, Sammy, because you usually do an open panel on a Friday. I thought this was Friday.
nah,
Shit,
this is lit.
Monday.
This is lit Monday.
Depending on, I shouldn't drink anymore because I got to do something a little bit. But after that, I'll be
Yeah.
good back again. If you're still up,
Yeah, nah, cool.
because I don't know. This is fuck to do for Monday for me. I don't except for that fuck to do. So we're good. Fuck
There
to
we go.
do.
Look at that.
Pool party. Hazy, bro.
Yeah.
Days for days.
Looks pretty good.
What kind of
That
head
is
is on that?
Is that a
That's a
hazy IPA? What did they do there? What style was that? What style is that?
It's a pale ale. It's a
Fucking
hazy
hazy.
pale ale.
Fuck. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, damn, that's hazy.
Right.
That's a head.
No,
That's a head and a half.
it's gonna be a summery beer right there.
Is that room temperature?
Yeah, it's room temp.
I was gonna. I was busy when you guys were saying about warm beer. I was gonna show you my beer fridge that I get my stuff out of called the oven.
Yeah.
I get everything is warm that I drink.
I've got
All the
another
beer.
beer in the fridge because you can have one at
It's
room
been a while
temperature.
since I had this beer, but it's not. It still tastes exactly like Terrapin Luau,
Yeah.
but not as not as that like that. It doesn't have that like peel taste to it too much. It has more like it tastes more of the passion fruit than the grapefruit peel.
Yeah.
Sammy, if you know Geordie, everybody should know Geordie, right? If Geordie was to get his hands on this thing, it would put him on his bum on the first sip.
Yeah. Nah,
It would send him to night nights on his first sip.
he's fucked regardless of what he drinks. He's always fucked.
The passion
He-
fruit's
he-
a nice fucking.
he smells a 4.2% macro lager and he's on his knees.
Yeah.
I say
He's
I
actually,
love
I haven't had passion fruit in a beer in a while, so it's nice to get passion fruit out of a beer.
Geordie is only 2 hours away from me. I don't know if you know who Geordie is. Sammy does. But if any of the rest of you don't know who he is, he's only 2 hours away from where I stay.
I reckon Paul and Ghost both know Geordie.
Oh yeah, I know Geordie. I've known him for a long time. I've known him for a long time.
Geordie's only 2 hours away from where I am.
Oh wow!
Travel time. So Geordie is just outside Glasgow.
Right.
I'm between Dundee and Aberdeen. So basically, you could say Glasgow's like here, Dundee's like, well, Dundee and Aberdeen like up here.
Oh yeah.
So basically, whatever way you want
Is
to.
it northwest or northeast? Because I know where Glasgow is. We were thinking about flying out of Glasgow next year.
I'm northeast of Glasgow. So if you're going Glasgow, which is like here, going up the way.
Yeah. Well, I was talking to my girl. I don't know if we're going to do that. We're probably going to have to hold off. But we're thinking about going into Manchester and then swinging up through Leeds, going to Berwick upon Tweed, and then swinging all the way over to Glasgow, like through, and all the way to Glasgow, and then flying out of there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm between Dundee and Aberdeen, so basically I'm off the beaten track to basically where people would be. Geordie was meant to meet up with me this year, but he's never got back to me.
Geordie runs scared. Whenever someone wants to hang out with Geordie, he runs scared.
I mean, he's like, oh, you can just push whatever else. I'm like, okay, Geordie,
this bad boy here, this is a combination of all 4 beers together.
Oh, Dug it.
No,
actually, Sammy, before you do that,
there will be a chug coming up, but just not for this beer.
Wait a minute. If I'm right in saying Well, with all 4 beers that you've just had, right? If you were to mix all them together, which you've just done, I wonder what the smell would be like. I wonder if it would actually give it the full different thing altogether.
That's what he's gonna find out.
Because I think,
No, you'll
see,
just get
when you drink one
you'll
beer and you
get
add something else,
you'll get particular characteristics that like overshine others, but it's just gonna be a collective of all. It'll be tropical and citrus goodness, pretty much.
because I've wondered about
It
this in beer.
just on aroma, just as is, it smells like pineapple, passion fruit, orange, and white grape. And that's just a combination of pretty much all 4 beers.
It would taste a lot better, I think, if you're having
Smells
all
very
4 in one.
juicy, very juicy boy, juicy.
Juicy boy.
Fruity, juicy. Fruity and juicy.
Bottoms up.
Well, go on then, Sammy. What's it called? Let's see what this thing's called. Are you going to? I know that you've done a review, but I want to see what does it taste like all 4. Is it a lot better with all 4 tins in one glass?
Beery taste
So,
with a hoppy
yeah,
finish.
I'm definitely getting like huge tropical fruit. Like that. The hard thing is that one beer that was a little bit off is carrying over into the 4 combined together.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah.
Because I've wondered about that.
It's a somewhat pleasant experience. It's just that one beer out of the 4 I felt was a little bit old and like wasn't drinking very well, and you're still getting that in the cuvee. But yeah, overall you're getting like pineapple, passion fruit, orange, like that sort of sweet malty body. Little bit of like white grape, slightly dank, no bitterness. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, I just wondered because I've been curious that with beers, if you get like the same thing that Ghost King's got with the
like a mixed pack of
box.
4 mixed
If you
pack.
get a box of them and you try like each and every, and you, like at the end you could put all 4 of them together.
Yeah, actually, Ghost, that's what you should do when you get to the bottom of each one. Save it and then drink all 4 together.
All right. So I got to get another pool party and then save the bottom of that one and mix it in with the others.
Yeah. You gotta get.
I'm just making a suggestion because I know when people go for a beer, it's like, and you know it's from the same brewery, and it's like, well, you could take something from one and then you could add it to another one. And this is where I was trying to do with Sammy when he did that beer review with the 4. Was it 4 or 5 that you did for that?
Yeah,
brand?
5 barrel aged dark beers. Yeah,
I would wonder, right, if you were to ever do that again. I'm not saying just now, but I'm just saying in the future, do that again. But at the very end, put all 5 into one glass.
Yeah.
And see what happens, because there was something that kind of puzzled me, that when you said about the licorice one, the licorice flavor, I was like, this has got to be high, because I was known previously when you were like talking about you like the taste of licorice, you like the taste of pine, whatever else, and I was like, there's got to be something that's missing from that bottle, not to give it a higher score. So it could be in one of the other it could be in the other 4 drinks or 3 drinks, whatever way you're going to add it up. Because sometimes when I've noticed with beers, they can take something out of one and put it in another, and it doesn't taste as good. But if they redid it with something else, then you're making up your own beer, even though it's from the same brewery. It's like, well, wait a minute here. This actually tastes better, and you can say to the brewery, if you add this one to that one, take out that, it would be top class.
Yeah.
It's actually rare that when I do a cuvee, I usually like the cuvee a little bit either equally or better than the two lessers.
Yeah.
So like when I add together, a lot of times like I'll go, oh, you know what? Like when I have, especially when you have when they release a lot of doubles, like they go the double this or the double that. The single has missing a little bit of something, but the double has too much or too whatever of this. You put them together, and they pretty much work perfectly. They become the whole self.
Yeah. I'm just going the loo, boys. I'll be back.
Alrighty. Yeah, I'm gonna wait till the rest of my beers get cold, and then I'm gonna try doing that.
You should.
Because I had those beers before. I just couldn't remember the pool party taste.
You mix them all together, it's gonna be a pool orgy when you get done.
Right. And one of them has a lemon taste to it. It tastes like a shandy. So I'm interested in how that one would taste with all of it.
I have this feeling that when you mix them all together, you're gonna taste surprisingly. You're gonna taste that shandy still through all that other beer. The shandy's still gonna come out
because they brew. I think they used a lemon puree and they mixed sugar with it to make it like sweet a little bit, but still has that like that normal like summer day fishing beer taste to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good. Someone we were just over in the cottage, and I was putting all my food and the beer in the fridge, and I opened it up. And there's a bunch of Leinenkugel shandies left in the fridge. I guess they never took it with them, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. Should I drink these? Should I just leave them here? I don't know what to do. But I had a bunch of beer, so I just put it in the fridge, and then I just left those. I left them in the fridge because I was like, well, they're not mine, and I don't know why they're in the fridge, so I just left them in there.
Yeah,
we had so much beer we didn't need any. But what my luck if I needed beer and I was desperate for a beer and I couldn't have any, I just opened the refrigerator. I'm like, there's fucking beer in here. This is fantastic.
Right.
That was awesome. The best hotel room ever.
Exactly. Yeah, I think I had the Leidenkugel's shandies. They're not bad.
No, they're not bad. Yeah. They got they get definitely mass marketed anymore.
Yeah.
It used to be a lot smaller brewed. Wow, my guitar's all fucked up. Yeah, they used to be. I used to drink Leinenkugel a long time ago. They were a little bit better. They got bought out a long time ago, and they're. Mm-hmm. It's not that they're. I wouldn't say it's like quality, but it's. I noticed a lot of these brewing companies, especially like ever since they stopped doing bombers, like and they went to the 12 packs, you don't get the same the quality still brewed quality, but the consistency of like the that's not consistency. The concentration of flavors aren't there because they get brewed in such mass volume that the quality is still there. It's just that concentration of flavors doesn't seem to be in the same beer. You know what I mean? It's kind of diluted because it's such a volume. Even like Deschutes and all these other places that are still craft brewing companies, but they brew in such big volume for distribution that you don't get that same concentration of flavors in those beers.
Right.
Yeah. That's what I've known.
When I tasted the new when they changed up the Boston Lager recipe and I tried it for the first time. At first I didn't know they changed the flavor till I saw that they did. I'm like, no wonder it tasted a little different, but not way too off. Like fuck this, fuck the Boston Lager. No, I still kept keeping true to the Boston Lager now. They maybe a fan of Sam Adams now.
All right. Well, that's what I used to drink Nuki Brown back in the day. Newcastle Brown. I always think like the taste difference is because they closed that brewing company, they opened a new one, and they mass produce it. And I'm like, oh, that's why I taste the difference.
Yeah, you have
Is it
that
all-
now, and it's absolute trash.
Yeah, I know,
So-
but it used to be really good.
For me, I think Blue Ribbon had changed their recipe a little bit because it tastes a little different than when I used to, like years ago, started drinking it. Maybe that's just me.
I said this to Simon in a previous live that I was up. I said I do like a Newcastle Brown, but see, this is the problem. As you just said, the Newcastle Brown is like £1 something, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I went and bought this for £2, and it's like I'm preferring this better than the Newcastle Brown, even though I do like a bottle of dog. It's like it's not a beer that you just go and buy. You've got to be either in the mood for it or something.
Yeah.
It's not like one of these ones that you could just sit there like, I fancy a bottle of dog. You know what I mean? It's
I'm on a fine Tasmanian ale, boys. Look at that.
It is.
look at the head on that bad boy. How many is that? 4 fingers, Sammy?
And
Is that 4-finger
the
head?
nice tall glass. It's got a good head on it. It's elegant, boy.
That's like a 4-finger head on that bad boy.
Fuck yeah.
That's because Santa knows how to pour his beers.
From brown to white.
Are you chugging Ghost or
Hold on, let me finish this one, and let me see if these beers got cold yet. I just put them in the fridge like a little while ago.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that citrus one. Then I'll do a mix of all of them together. Just see what they taste like. I'm gonna review that one.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, so
But yeah, that McEwen's champion is really nice.
Yeah, I've got to find a bottle. I want to do a review. It'd be cool.
It is really nice. In fact, Sammy, I could probably say for your taste buds for this, I would say a 4.8 or 4.9. I don't think you'd probably give it a full 5. If you did, then I'd be surprised. But honestly, for a beer like this, it's really nice.
all right, let me go grab a beer so I can chug it.
Why not
Yeah,
shop
boy.
I'll bring up some more cans too for the mixed beers too after that.
What's that one, Sammy?
We're about to chug a beer, my friend. How's that guitar practice going, my
Good. I just got, I'm not drinking, so I don't know what to do with myself.
Yeah. Cool.
So yeah. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. I wrote a new song recently, so trying to get back into playing metal again.
Yeah, cool. Good to hear, brother. Music,
what kind of guitar is it?
Rock and metal music will never leave us. It'll always be part of it.
I actually just posted on my Wolf Slayer Records channel. I just posted a old demo that I didn't actually get to fully release yet from my band Forests of Old called Dying. So we'll do a split CD of that next year. Probably release that with my band, my buddy Todd.
See, I can understand Sammy for like sort of AC/DC, right? Because Bon Scott was actually born 17 miles away from where I am at the moment.
Yeah.
So it's like we've got this connection.
Bon is a fucking legend. I've been to Bon's actual his gravestone.
Well, if
It's
you ever get a
funny,
chance
like,
to,
because he's such a hero here. People will go to his grave site and have a beer and skull it, like as a tribute to him.
well, we've got the
Pretty
statue
cool.
at Kirriemuir.
Yeah,
We've got a
that's
statue
the
at Kirriemuir
famous one.
of Willie Ball.
Yeah.
This one's
Cherry
my
wheat is
least
the
favorite out of
famous
all
one.
of them. The cherry wheat is my least favorite.
Yep. So you're about to neck it, pretty much.
Actually, the black ale they used to do was really, really. I've seen that in a long time. Married when I saw it almost like 7 years ago.
Oh yeah. This is the one with the lemon puree added.
Oh, the pork rocker.
Yeah. It's a lemon rattler. This is the one. This was like
Here's one for
4.5.
you, Paul. What was the
What's that?
first metal record you owned?
I bought 3 albums at the same time. I bought Dark Funeral, Secrets of the Black Arts. I bought Moonspells, Wolfheart, Arcturus. I'm trying to remember the name for it. It's like Ace something or other. Those are the 3 I bought for the very first time when I was
And what
younger man.
made you gravitate towards them? Was it just strolling through a record store and
I got into like weirder, like I tried to get into more like weirder stuff, like different things like when I was a kid. Obviously the Nine Inch Nails, Nine Inch Nails shit like that. My grandmother bought me Pretty Hate Machine just because she thought I'd like the title. Yeah. And I'm like, thanks, Graham, that kind of thing. But the one day we were listening to Freddy's Closet, and we were already into all kind of stuff because it was like, what the fuck is this kind of weird shit? I mean, like it was on Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, like this Cannibal Corpse. Like, oh, well, we'll listen to Cannibal Corpse. That's cool. My buddy liked Metallica and stuff, and I thought that was kind of like, whatever. Didn't really grab me. So we got into the death metal stuff, and then we listened to. We were starting to get into like the more like listening to the late night shows on Freddy's Closet. Getting like we called in a lot, so they would request songs and shit. And then they played Queen of Winter Throne by Cradle of Filth. And I'm like, well, that's pretty fucking insane. And I was kind of hooked ever since there. I was a keyboardist already because we started doing a metal band. So I was a keyboardist at the time. And then all of a sudden, like the metal band kind of fizzled out. And I'm like, well, I'll be the vocalist. And then I started doing vocals. And then I kind of developed my vocals around the black death metal stuff. I was already doing the death metal stuff. And then I kind of get it more. My band's on the internet on YouTube, Permanent Midnight. We did the album Blood Moon. That's on the YouTubes, and I just got it like that. And ever since, pretty much extreme metal. I've been playing it since '96. So there you go. That's a long time. Me playing metal.
Probably a better picture of it. You've got Dad's
Pint.
Dad's Pint.
Yep.
Cheers.
All right, this is the citrus wheat ale, the summer ale.
I actually got a nice glass sitting down at my mum and dad's house.
It's not as
I
tasty
need
as
I need to bring that up here and let you see it, Sarah. Honestly, you'd love it. But as for your question, Volk, honestly, the beer is gorgeous.
It's delicious.
Yeah, good.
It's delicious. Then this is vodka.
Let's go, Ghost. Let's chug this motherfucker.
Hold on. Let me get it all down.
Oh, yes.
And this is vodka. Bless you.
It sounded like you went.
It did sound like it.
Cheers, boys. Ready to go?
Yep.
Let's do it. 3,
I don't
2,
have a full
1,
glass. I'm just
bang.
going to sip on this. It's very Moorish. Tell you what I did at the pub. I'm not going to tell you the second part what happened, but I'm going to tell you the first part. One of my dad's mates said to me, he says, "How fast can you drink a pint?" I got no idea. I drunk a pint of lager in about 9.8 seconds. Right? I then chugged another one straight after in about 9.4, 9.6, somewhere about there. It was timed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not telling you what happened. I'm not telling the rest of the story, but the guy, my dad's mate, told him something. He says, if you can chug a beer in that speed, he says, good on you. He says, most people usually take over 10 seconds to chug a pint. I got mine underneath and under 10 seconds. He says, you could do a quarter-mile drag race quicker than drinking a beer. Basically, you can drink a beer quicker than a quarter-mile drag race. I went, yeah.
Right.
It's like, for a lager, I said if that was beer, it would have been basically straight over the back. But the bubbles kind of slowed it down. I don't like lager. I prefer a beer.
Challenges. See, YouTube back in the day before some of you guys, not a lot of you guys, but some of you guys started doing it. BrewTube was cool because YouTube would allow you videos. Add a video challenges, and people would do their chug challenge as a response and would actually link it directly to that video. So you could watch a chain of people going the same videos. They got rid of that. That was super cool, being able to respond or review. So they would respond to you with their beer review, like that kind of shit. Like, so it was more. I think people forget that they don't know it. It was very communal when we first started because you were really interacting with that brew tuber, not just in the comments, but with your own videos.
Right.
You know,
and that was the it was the same way with the 420 tubers, the wheat tubers. They were like doing like these massive 1 gram, 2 gram, 3. So, and they would like challenge people to be like, I bet you can't do more than me, and then so on and so forth. And that's how it would be like. But yeah. And a while ago, I used to watch Reckless Eating, and they used to do all those chuggings and stuff. And then because of YouTube, they say, well, we can't really do that anymore. We can't do like this crazy shit anymore because we're monetizing all this other shit. And I'm like, what the fuck, YouTube? Why do you have to do shit?
As soon as
then again,
became mobile commodity, it kind of ruined it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's more the parents that let the kids watch all this shit, and then they're probably getting all the complaints and all this shit. And then YouTube's like, oh, we got to take care of this.
But here's the thing: is I liked because it was the Wild West. It was like and shit. You're just gonna have to, the guys. You might not like it. Don't watch it. Report it if you want to. But here we're fucking going. And there was some crazy ass shit getting posted. I mean, the pornography was fucking nuts too. But at the same time, it was just like fucking it's basically a free run. I mean, used it and abused it. And it was fucking fantastic. But it kind of got, as soon as it became a stock market, you know what I mean? As soon as that happened, nope, can't do any of that fun stuff anymore.
Yeah, they merged with Google. That's what happened. It was their merger with Google.
Googs. Oh, Googs.
That damn Google.
Yeah,
damn Google ruins everything.
Merged with Google, everything just went the way it is right now. It's like, the fuck, YouTube, or that's why this YouTube's just not working out anymore because people
became a YouTube partner. I became a YouTube partner in 2000. Well, basically this year, I became a YouTube partner. I think it was February. I became a YouTube partner. Maybe it was actually before that, but I thought, well, why not see what happens? Become a partner of YouTube and see what this does.
Right.
I've actually enjoyed it, but something happened about 3 weeks ago. I've basically got given a new phone. That's why my picture looks so clear.
Right.
But something happened on my old phone. You know that YouTube are trying to push out the vertical lives like crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I go do a live, I would rather do it in I'd rather do a live in landscape. Yeah, if you guys can work this out, this is funny, right? So I started a live, horizontal. YouTube said rotate your device. From a horizontal, asked me to rotate my device. So basically, I'll explain that this is my old phone. So I started my live in this way, and it said you've got to rotate your device. Now this is meant to be everything was started in horizontal. Rotate your device. So like, how can I rotate my device when you've already put the settings in? I put the settings in for horizontal. Now you've got to do vertical. So I thought, right, okay then. I ended it, bulk, got rid of all the 25 to 35 second lives that I started up because it'd take that amount of time for it to kick in. And then I went to go and do a vertical. It put me in horizontal. So I ended up with my phone at an angle so it wouldn't like tell. It was like 50, it was like 50-50. I was like, well, for you guys to see me properly, I mean, I was scrunching my neck around and everything else so they could like. I was like, nah, this is no use. So, yeah, never again.
Yeah.
See you later, last year. Last beer's going to his bed. He's had his last beer.
Sleeping time.
Cheers, Josh.
But that was the worst part of it. I mean, I kept that live up because it was just like, here's a horizontal live, vertical, here's a vertical live, horizontal. It was like, make your mind up, phone. It wasn't even the phone's fault. It was YouTube that did it. Their updates. I don't like it.
Okay.
I mean, I don't understand. For me personally, I don't understand why YouTube have got so censored and everything. And you can go on other platforms. You can start up a profile on, just say, for instance, was it Rumble?
Mm-hmm.
You can play
Rumble,
everything that you want on Rumble, right? And nothing's said. Nothing is said. You could have music in the background.
It doesn't have restrictions though because of the stockholders. It's like that profit sharing stockholder shit. I think they have to make sure they're limited so much because of all the advertisements and all the this and the shares and shareholders and all that stuff. And I don't think Rumble has that right now.
And also because, like I said, they are also merged with Google, and so yeah, Google's mostly like monitoring like the copyrights and all that as well.
Here's something I said. I actually said this to Bob on a phone call as an anything. I said to him on a phone call yesterday. I said to him, it's strange, right? Now, if you play the Eagles as in the band, they were the very first band I ever listened to. But if you listen to the Eagles on YouTube, you're instant copyright strike. Well, basically, you've got a red flag your thing, right? Yeah. Instantly. But because if you do a short on YouTube, using their stuff, nothing's ever said on shorts. You could add music.
Actually, here's the thing is, it won't for a while, but my buddy was doing that, and all of a sudden, all of his shit got copyright strikes on it now.
Oh, wow.
So that's, like it'll say that you can use it, and then it'll start coming up as copyright strikes later. See, I used to do MP3s and shit in the back and CDs in the back when I started 12 years ago. And all of a sudden, all that old stuff I ever had, even though it said no copyright strikes, all of a sudden it came up all as copyright strikes. So then I went to tapes and vinyls, and most of those are still no copyrights. If for some reason, they don't, like, the algorithm really has a hard time with analog for some reason. So like the tapes and the vinyls I played in the background, it never got those as copyright strikes. Now that I buy newer vinyls from certain companies, it'll still pick the vinyls will even automatically come up as copyright strikes now too. It's like, motherfucker, like you're trying to work around this and they're still getting you. Like, it's funny. Luckily, I have some really obscure, old, fucking weird black metal that sounds like someone, recorded the song in a trash can anyway, and usually it doesn't get picked up so easy. But like if I just put on like a soundtrack or whatever, it'll automatically get picked up now. It used to not. All of a sudden,
This
now
is
it
the thing
does.
with me. I did a non-listed live, right? So I could basically send links to anybody I wanted, right?
Right.
To come in and listen to this, right? Well, what I was doing. It was to basically stop the trolls coming in. This before I got the memberships and whatever else, right?
Right.
I thought I'll do a non-listed live. I sat there with another phone and I basically played music in the background and me fly tying. I put on the Eagle. I had a great night, right? I put on the Eagles. I put on Bruce Springsteen, Pink Floyd, Metallica, Linkin Park, some other thing that came up. And I was like, something that really got me, right, was at the very end of that live, I got a big red dot, right?
Yeah.
Copyright,
Mhm.
right? And I thought, well, wait a minute here. For me to take all these songs out that I've just listened to, right? For me to basically be a non-troll environment. And they give me copyright whatever's, right? They didn't hurt my channel. They just said, you've got this, right? There's a red warning zone. Metallica didn't have anything. Led Zeppelin didn't have anything. Pink Floyd didn't have anything. It was only when I played the Eagles and Bruce Springsteen.
Oh wow.
I found that out. There was the only you could play Pink Floyd all you want, because the problem with Pink Floyd, they don't know if it's because the band split up. They don't know if it's the Roger Waters side of it or the David Gilmour side of it. Because when Roger Waters left the band, this is how it really got tricky. When Roger Waters left the band, Roger Waters went to the same place as David Gilmour. What's his name? Oh, come on, think. Is his name Richard Mason? And who else was there? There was the three of them, right? The three of them without without Roger Waters, right? So Roger Waters went and did his own band, right? He came up with his stuff from Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd, as in the three amigos that were left, they went to someplace else in the city, to another football stadium, and sold out tickets. So when Roger Waters was on stage, he could hear David Gilmour on the guitar with Richard Mason and the other person, I can't remember his name. Richard Wright, I think his name is. Richard Wright. You got Richard Mason, Richard Wright, and no, Rick Mason, Richard Wright, and David Gilmour. So the three of them had another bass guitarist at another football stadium. And Roger Waters was standing on stage and he could hear what was coming from the other stadium. He couldn't do nothing about it. So I think the algorithm, when it comes to listening to Pink Floyd in the background, they don't know if it's from Roger Waters or if it's coming from David Gilmour. Because when both of them parted, did David Gilmour keep the Pink Floyd name? Or was Roger Waters still wanting it? That's the thing that I think the algorithm doesn't know where it's coming from. Because if you think the name Pink Floyd, you think all four of them. Sammy is a small boy, but he gets by. Sammy's got a brilliant channel. But yeah. Music's one thing when you're trying to do something on YouTube. If you got it in the background, you're thinking, oh, here we go. But at the same time, there's bands out there that copy other bands. So why does that become a copyright strike if it's from somebody else playing it?
Right.
That's what I don't understand either.
Yeah.
Most of the people like
found
that play shit that like have to pay for it too to play it. Like in like bars and stuff, they actually have to pay a fee just to play a radio, which I didn't even know that. I thought you just turned the radio on. Yeah, but no, in bars and cafes and stuff, they have to pay license, like basically a fee to play music in their bar. Like I thought you just turned the fucking radio on, but no, you actually get fined for that. So they have to play music in their own bars and stuff, which I thought was fucking insane. But my girl's dad owns a winery, so he finds out that you actually have to be able like to play even a song in your winery. You have to pay a certain fee to play music. I didn't know that. The thing that sucks for me is I make my own music, right? So for a long time I've made my own music, but there is a fake copyright group called the Orchard Group, and I think it's a YouTube fake group because I posted many of my own made songs myself that I'm not copying anybody, and it'll get a copyright strike from this Orchard Group. And it's a group where when you try to fight it, they'll never contact you back. YouTube won't do anything about it. It's so funny, but you won't get any, like, even if you're monetized, you won't get any, because there's a copyright strike against it from the Orchard Group. You'll never get a single penny for it.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a real deal. Cause I got, most of my Permanent Midnight stuff that I posted got hit by it. And I think one of my Funeral Dust songs did too. And it's like, this motherfucker sucks.
Here's a question then, right? See, when you do videos, right? You upload videos, you can add music to it if you want to, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a guy in the UK, and he came away. I don't know how he managed it, but he got a hold of this song, and it's on his channel. And it was one of the best videos that I think he's done. One of the best videos that he's done. And it was all guitar work. Listen, it's just sitting there. It wasn't him. It was somebody from this band that came up with this piece of music. And I listened to it and I went, that's beautiful. Then I went in to find the song, and it's on YouTube. And I went, how did you get a hold of this? And do you know the band personally? Because I don't know the circumstances behind it, but that video's still up.
Right.
And this song is also on Spotify. I don't know the name of the song because, like I said, I'd have to get another device to basically check it out. But it was just that the guitar work was so beautiful. Mm-hmm. And it was like, I love this. Where can I get my own copy? But then I thought, well, I can't do that because if I want to copy that, I'd have to change it a bit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like the Verve. Everybody's heard of the band called the Verve. UK band, English band. The Verve came up with a song called Bittersweet Symphony. I love that. That's one of my songs that's going to be played at my funeral, regardless. Right? It's Bittersweet Symphony. Some band came up before the Verve got hold of us and went, well, actually, this song sounds like mine. They tried it with Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven. Somebody said, nah, this song sounds like mine. Well, not really, because when Jimmy Page sat there with the guitar, he heard this other song and went, well, actually, I can add bits to this so it doesn't sound the same. The previous band that heard this went, well, I'm putting Led Zeppelin to court. I'm like, well, you what for? It's just, it doesn't even sound the same. If you listen to Stairway to Heaven, right, you could sit there until you're blue in the face and listen to the other copyright that came, well, basically this other band that had this thing. It was like, nah, you're
Well, I
losing
mean,
your...
there's also creative date too. So if you can prove that it was made before then, you can't really stand to like
Right.
if this had come out in 2000 and said your song sounds like mine. Well, too bad actually, because the date's from 73. You know, that kind of thing too. So
I mean,
that's
here's the
why I
thing.
made sure I kept all my original like waves and files and building block files. So like if everyone like goes, hey, well you created this at that point in time. Well, no, I have all this shit from the 2001 still. So it's older. They show something older than that.
I think the lead, it was like the lead guy from Nine Inch Nails. I love
Trent
Nine Inch
Reznor.
Nails, right? I can't remember his name. What was his name again? Sorry.
Trent Reznor. Trent Reznor.
Turn us to Johnny Cash. Yeah, song that song hurt. That's now yours. He basically said to Johnny Cash, "Have it." Basically,
yeah, it's yours now.
It's yours now, right? I mean, I love Johnny Cash. I really do. I love what he stood for. I don't like the mainstream stuff that people play for Johnny Cash. I go for the more obscure songs. Ain't No Grave, God's Gonna Cut Us Down, that kind of stuff. I love listening to because it's like nobody plays it much, but the songs are there and it's the lyrics behind it that I like.
Well,
And
it's part of Americana for sure. I'm gonna have to get going. I got ready for a thing, and if you guys are still on when I get done, I'll pop back on. And that is if Stammy's still.
I'm just gonna say goodbye to
like
Sam. I'm gone.
Hopefully he's not snoring behind us. We'll find out. I'll see you.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
See you after, Paul. Yeah, no, that's where I'm going. I'm going. Ghost King, thank you for letting me meet you face to face. Thank you. If you see this guy, Sammy, I'll wait until he's back because, as Bulks just said in chat, my go-to place is live. So Bob is from Anything Is Possible. All you need to do is just basically go in there, say hello, then come back. You know what I mean? Or if you've got a second device, just pop your head in there.
Okay. My phone's on the charger right now. I might click on the.
But just the name, Anything Is Possible. So anything is possible.
Okay, I think I came across that.
Well, please do. It'd be much appreciated from my end anyway.
Actually, right now.
I love him.
Right now.
So anyway, I'm gonna go and help him out with some moderating. So Sammy, love you, brother. You can watch us back, and everybody in chat, love you all. Bye bye. Ghost, you're on your own.
Cheers.
See you after.
Alrighty. Alrighty, Sammy. I'm gonna have to head on that too as well. I gotta get me something to eat. And then yeah. Oh,
cheers, brother.
Cheers. Yeah, everybody.
Thanks for joining.
No problem. Cheers.
Yeah, boy. So I've just been doing a bit of cooking, a bit of eating. Oh, hello. But yeah, seems like most people are done and dusted, so we might wrap it up there. It's been a good stream. I've enjoyed it. It was just going to be the random 4 beers originally, and that was it. And then couple of people said they wanted to go live, so I was like, fuck it. Let's roll it on, bro. Let's roll it on. Yeah, I'm currently tucking into some lasagna. It's pretty good. It's always very when it comes to like those sort of brands, like just the clash of the rivals. But yeah, I've got like plenty of Mexican stuff in the fridge, and it's like, yeah, I've done my dash. I'm like ready for bed, I think. So yeah, well, thanks to everyone that jumped on and hung out. It was pretty cool. We had some Maple Leafs fans. We had Argento. Who else do we have? We had Cousins at Pittsburgh. But yeah, pretty quiet, to be honest. We'll see you downtown at 12. So cheers, peeps. Thanks for joining up.